Sir, can you able to see the screen, sir?
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, right. So here you can able to understand which are the security threats or impact on different level. So for example, so targeted attacks, they may target the data, and attacks on privacy and modification of data, man in the middle attack, protocol hijacking, session hijacking, and data interceptions. So these are the attackers will impact on your data. So likewise, which are the threats will impact your communication protocol, man in the middle attack, protocol hijacking, session hijacking. These are purely impact on your communication entity, right? So another, this is for decision making, right? So man in the protocol hijacking. Another one is the reply of messages. It will impact your decision control. Then application level. So mainly this application level consists of software vulnerabilities, right? So whenever you develop the applications, so it happens on the some vulnerabilities are there in your software. It will be impact in the security threats. So this will give you the idea about what are the levels of attackers are there. So next I'll give a small case study. So for example, in our medical health industry, that all the devices or monitoring systems are now enabled with the sensors and other things, right? So for example, if normal operations of device, if any persons are coming or anybody come with a problem, it can be identified by the sensor and it will give it to the information to the server. In the server, depends on the use case, we will have some solutions for that. So but if the sensors is tampering, right? So first homework case is tampering. So it's nothing but we can diffuse the sensors or break down the sensors, or something you have happened on the sensor, means what will happen? It will detect the false making, right? It will create a false information will be gone, that will be impact your service. So tampering is a one kind of attacking. Actually, if you are causing any device damage also, it will create a problem in the IoT applications. So next in the man in the middle attack. So normally this operations means that it will sense, but what will happen? Attacker inserts the data communications. See, he will be sitting somewhere else. They have to monitor all those things. So for example, it sends one's data. So for example, that person BP level is something it sensed, but what will happen? They will modify the data. It will impact the service decision on the servers. So man in the middle attack, it will be impact any kind of data inside the communications, right? So next one is the case study 3, unauthorized access using default password. Nowadays, most of the things, if you are getting any device and all, we are using normal default password, right? So this habit, what will it will give an advantages for the attackers. They can use the default password or easily guessable password, right? They can easily try and guess the password in the network. So then they can log in others. Then they can able to control the devices also. For example, in the health monitor and all, so some patients are attached with the devices. They will give some aid for the patients, right? So this aid we can able to control through the remote. If this control access can be gained by the attacker, what will happen? They can control their own way. So it will also create a problem. Unauthorized access. Actually, this will be directly communicate with the server. They can modify whatever they want. Right. So another one important in the health industry is pacemaker. So actually pacemaker we are fitted into the heart, but one company they analyzed the report, right? So almost 8,000 security flaws in the pacemaker software, right? We have the inside, it is in a pacemaker. Inside we are having one Wi-Fi network connections also there, right? So that Wi-Fi is why we are using for communicating with the external device. So what is the condition of the pacemakers, then how much working and other details are communicated with the device through this communication media, right? That's what they identified, almost 8,000 security flaws in the pacemaker software, because it is a tiny software, we can't be able to protect all the ways, right? So that's what they are telling the pacemaker software, right? So even someone can able to hack the pacemaker also possible, right? So the pacemaker security is important in the health industry, right? If anybody hack this pacemaker, they can spoil or damage their lives also, right? So next, unauthorized string injection, right? So string injection is nothing but it is an automatic control for injecting the syringe, right? So but hackers can give you the fatal overdoses. They will change the doses because it's automatically loaded into the syringe. But if it is network connected, what the attackers can do, they can change the doses of this one, then it will create a big impact in the human life, right? So that is unauthorized syringe injections, right? These are some examples in the health industry. So another one, common security issues, right? So in IoT constraints, we are having the different levels. First one is the network services. To establish the communication between the devices and servers, we need a network services inside, right? So for example, if you are using Wi-Fi, Zigbee protocol to connect with your things from that base station to cloud server, right? So different network services are operating that. So first one is the insecure network services. It will cause a lot of problems. So you must ensure network service to be secured one. Another one is the web interface. Normally the device part directly not connected with the web interface, but anyhow users may communicate with the cloud part through the web interface. So web interface provide the lot of holes are there. So insecure web interface created a problem in the communications. Another one is the mobile interface. Nowadays we are having a lot of client softwares to get the data from your IoT cloud. So that mobile interface also you should be created in a secured way. So another one is the cloud interface. So because IoT means devices, then cloud is for computing as well as storage purpose, right? So that interface also should be the secured one. Another one is the insufficient authentication. Actually, already we discussed, it is in a heterogeneous environment. The same kind of authentications for all devices not possible one. So that is an insufficient authentication mechanism. It leads to a security issues. Another one is the authorization mechanism. So authorization mechanism is provides to you which user can access the which particular service or which resources they have to handle, right? So that proper authorization mechanisms we need to ensure in the IoT domain. Another one is the lack of security configurations. By default, if you are getting any devices and networking components, no configuration, because the device has the facility for all the features are there, right? So how do you protect your network? Through the configurations, right? So because this is lack of user knowledge, right? So what are the security? Even though we are having the router in our home, user doesn't know about how to configure the security parameters in the particular router, right? So that is a big flaw in the security issues. If you know well, then we can able to configure security correctly in the system itself, right? So lack of security configuration on the devices is the important security issues. So how do we protect? Simple countermeasures in IoT device. So while designing your IoT applications, first one is the network separations. For example, if you are doing with the smart home, you have to make it as an internal network. So outside communication, you have to make it as through the single gateway. So then that single gateway, you can provide the some security mechanisms to avoid the external attackers come into your network, right? You can split the network separations. In the industrial and all, it's a very much you have to careful. So all the industrial appliances has to be connect internal network only, not directly connect with the internet. So public network. So you have to protect your internal network and external through some common gateway. So that common gateway, we can apply the different methods or different encryption scheme or security mechanisms, then we can able to protect it. That is one solutions for that. So another one, firewall. So everybody know that firewall is nothing but it providing protecting the network services, right? Which port you want to open, right? So which are the services we are acquiring in the network, that port only you need to allow, right? So that kind of firewall mechanisms you have to configure properly. It will protect at least half of the attackers. Another one is the antivirus. So through the virus also the people come and inject your malware, and some malicious activities are come with the virus. So you have to install the antivirus properly. Another one is the network analysis. You have to monitor your network safely. You have to periodically monitor your network environment, right? So what is the network usage, CPU usage, memory usage, like that. You need to analyze your network parameters. What is the bandwidth you currently use? If any particular users using more bandwidth, immediately you can able to have a look on it, and you have to do some countermeasures on that. So network analysis and log file monitoring, these are the important factor to protect your network. Another one is the patch management. I already told you. So whenever we are having the software or hardware, it should be patched. Any modifications, any vulnerability releases, it has to be fixed by the patches only. You need to apply the patches periodically. Another one is the in general. This is in general. That is, one is intrusion detection system. Another one is the intrusion prevention system. So intrusion detection system is nothing but many attackers is coming on that based on your network behavior or user behavior, we can identify the user as the malicious or not, right? That is called an intrusion detection system. We can apply some intrusion detection mechanism to find the attackers. So another prevention system, already in the network, possible countermeasures we have to implement and protect the network attacks. That is a prevention mechanism. Already we are implemented a lot of measures to protect our network. So that is an intrusion prevention system. So this kind of way we can able to protect our network environment. So what are the possible future scenarios, right? So there will be an increase of attacks in all areas of the industrial infrastructure, right? So nowadays IE 4.0 industrial evolutions are going on. All the industrials are getting into the automations, and it's connected through the internet. So this will make a possible of more number of attackers, and more type of attackers will impact in the industrial area, right? So it will impact the industrial infrastructure also. So most of the attacks will not be target attacks. That is a very difficult point. So if anyone target for the particular device or particular network, we can able to analyze and find. We can give some measures on that. We can protect some security measure. But unknown or untargeted attacks are there, right? So they will commonly send some message to throughout the network. Wherever possible, wherever vulnerabilities are there, it will impact the particular devices, right? So we need to protect the infrastructures against untargeted attack is the main challenge. So it is much more effort to protect oneself against targeted attacks. So while designing your network environment, you need to concentrate on both levels, whether it should be adapt for the targeted attack as well as untargeted attacks. You need to be careful about the designing of your security policies. At the time, you have to clear for the target as well as untargeted attacks also you need to concentrate. So next, guidelines. So whatever data, main thing is in IoT, millions of devices gather the data and send it to the cloud, right? So the data is important one, right? So all the data being gathered and informations being stored should be accounted, right? So for example, how much of data is generated, what is the data? You should be accounting. You have to make a proper accounting on that. Then only we can able to identify whether it is missed or not, anything modified like that we can able to understand. So each device being connected to the network should be configured with the security in mind, right? So whenever you configure any devices, IoT device or communication device, no, so you should be in the careful about the security. So while creating the security strategy, first thing, You never think about it's not infected with this one. This is not affected by the attackers. Like that, don't think like that way. You always think this device will be attacked by an attacker. So what are the possible solutions we can able to take? You have to take in the strategy, right? So organization security standard should be built on the assumption of compromise, right? So you have to think this device can be compromised by any attackers, right? So each device should be physically secured. So the device physical security is also important. Another one is lightweight security protocol for constrained environments. That is in a research topic which is going on. Whenever you create a security protocol, or if you are designing any security protocol, it should be lightweight, because in IoT, most of the devices are constrained device, right? So that is an important factor. So those who are working in the research area, so you have to take a note of, you have to create a protocol which is in a very lightweight to implement in all the devices. So best practices for the users as well as consumers, right? Those who are having the IoT products and applications, always change the default password, right? It's device passwords, you have to change the password. Another one thing, frequently you have to change the password. Remove the devices with the telnet backgrounds. So already I told you, some devices we can able to access the device through the telnet. So the company and all, for remote monitoring, remote controlling, they may enable the telnet features. So by using this, they can able to log into that particular device. They can verify the device working and all. Once it's coming into the real-time implementations, you should log that backdoor, right? Whenever the problem comes, whenever you want to access, at the time only you have to enable this telnet feature, then the admin can able to log in and check the device. Unless otherwise, you have to block all the backdoors. Never expose a device directly to the internet. So for example, in the smart home, you can able to connect the fridge with the internet directly. But instead of doing like that, you have to connect through the access point. Then otherwise routers you can place in a home, then you can connect to the internet. So in this router point of view, we can able to provide some security, strong security. So it will protect your environment. That is one solution. So another one is the network analysis. You have to always scan your port. So wherever the traffic is coming, so anybody try to access your network or doing traffic analysis and all, that can be checked through the port scan. So port scan all your machines periodically to identify any unwanted or unknown persons are accessing your network. So these are the best practice. By default, every user has to take in place. So finally, I come to the conclusions. So security and privacy issues need more emphasis on constrained environment. So normally in traditional network is different with the IoT because of all the devices are constrained element. So another one case is still it's not a common regularity to address all the areas of IoT, right? So communication separately is there, application is separately there, device level, different regularities are there, but it should be the common forum or common thing. It's not to be formed. That is also the one important point you need to consider. So whenever you design the security or privacy concept, so you have to create an applications or device. You mind the all the security threats. So what does the happens on that one? So that I will conclude the session to this. Any doubts you can ask now.
Professors, any queries you can just ask Thiru sir. You can just unmute or you can put it in the chat window also. Any doubts you have, professors? I don't know anything. Anything is there, sir. We
Okay,
conclude
sir.
the session, sir. Thank you for so much for joining, sir. Second session.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for the participant also in the afternoon session. I think it's very difficult.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, participants.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Siru, sir.
Okay, sir.
Since I have posted the afternoon feedback line, just scroll through the chat window. I have posted that feedback link. Tomorrow morning session will be handled by two persons from industry, and the afternoon session will be handled by one more man. So tomorrow you join sharply by 9:55 a.m. Professors.
Hello. Hello, Vinay. Hello.
Professors, I will wind up the session.